One of the heartbreaking things that I see, obviously it has been happening since human history, but since I'm going to be more conscious and observe more my generation, which, I would say, let's say someone born 1990s or maybe 1993 and forward, sort of like my age group, we're just a few years apart. And then I don't know, all these people right now that you would say are up to 31, 32, like that. Like, I see it. I see what the devil's doing. When it comes to their life, especially a lot of them are celebrities, singers, etc., they don't necessarily have demons attacking or sabotaging that sort of part of their life. They could care less. They're kind of in sin. But they all suffer with their romantic life. There's always something. I notice it. You guys might just think, no, like, really pay attention. Especially, why do these young people who are like celebrities, why do they have a hard time just being together? You might say something like, oh, they're just bad people, they're perverts. No. Demons are attacking them. They don't want this generation to just be with the person God wants them to be with. It's like an attack. In the 90s, the babies that are born, of course, others are sort of being attacked, right? The devil attacks everyone, but I swear to God, it's the 1990s. The first few years of the 90s, whoever's born that today is getting into their 30s, that's the area they're attacking everyone's life. It's only the weird, creepy ones who they don't care. The devil doesn't care. I'm talking about people who are deep down really sweet, genuine, wonderful people. They attack them. They take them somewhere. They use their evil parents to sort of control them. It's like right out of a movie. The way usually Arabs or Indians are known for that disgusting culture where their parents try to push them to someone. That's obviously perversion. You can't pick someone for someone when it comes to romantic. That's always rape. This is not something you can pick someone for a human being. It's not food. It's their own private parts. So who they share it with, they should be picking. And then when humans are picking, well, the devil can just make them perverted, and they're the ones picking creepy old humans. Or someone way too young, or someone really ugly compared to them. It's like the perverted, weird human beings obviously will come after you. Duh, you're pretty, you're young, you're healthy. That's what perverts do. They could be your same age. It doesn't mean pervert is always something old. Just those, if you're a male, that type of female that is just lowly and shallow, but she obviously is always looking at you. Always she's just easy. And vice versa for the female. Those are the people he sends to destroy you. But for me, I'm not necessarily seeing that as like ride the problem, because anyone could sort of get that happens. What bothers me is that these people are uglier than you. These people are lowlier than you. These people, you're better than them. We're a species. We all look different. We all have different blessings and qualities. What the hell? You can't just pick anyone. You have like a group we would put you with that then honors you then, because this is a sexual thing, correct? They're touching your body. So I want you to be with the person best aligned with your beauty and your personality and your age group. I care about you guys, but you all lose it. You let these weirdos who usually act like your friend just talk to you always. If you're a male, that female, that right, you still treat her like a friend. There's no such thing as a friend. She probably sees you in that perverted way. You just don't want her. Okay, but when you lose the woman you want, she's going to try to come on to you. They're sent by demons. You're rarely going to find someone of the opposite gender you can just be hey with, just friend with. It's always someone that's coming after you, but you don't care. You don't think they have an evil agenda towards you. When people don't have bad intention towards each other, then they're just acquaintances. They're just normal with each other, right? They have balance because they obviously would be dating someone, duh. But when, right, they act like a friend to you. No, you're dealing with a devil. You can't be friends with the opposite gender. That's not rational. We can just get along. We can just help each other in life just like humans are supposed to, but not that type of closeness. No. I mean, just observe. It's rarely going to be someone as attractive as you or as good as you. And yes, I care about beauty, okay? Do you get the point by now by my personality? I don't like ugly people going to pretty people. You should get that by now. God designed levels of beauty. Everyone should be in their level. Since demons persecute me, I know they're behind this because when I was young, God exposed me to that too. You get me? He exposes me to everything. It's not happening to me. That filthy family would call me when I was just a teenager and they'd be like, you know, these males are talking about you. Again, it's not real. It's not happening to me. All these males are talking about you. They, you know, that they miss you from the mosque. I've never even met them my whole life. You get me? Because God is showing me what is going on. People who are ugly, who are old, who have no business with you, who you are 10 times better than them, they like to usually work with your family to come after you and enter your life. You guys are usually, for some reason, become nasty and agree to that. Whether from a cultural place, your mother pushes you, your father pushes you, like those creepy families. Okay, but that doesn't mean they're backward in that sort of cultural way where they live in Saudi Arabia or something. No, some of them are celebrities. You would think they have freedom. They don't. Their families still control them. Their mothers, their fathers usually are right there, maybe controlling their modeling career or something. I wish I could name names, but I don't want to. You get me? That's why they're struggling with the romantic part of their life. I guarantee you God is so sweet. He always sends you the person you're supposed to be with. Usually the early stages of your life, like when you're 20. It's the devil who comes in and brings these creepy human beings who like to always act like your fake friend. They're usually very older than you. They're the problem. They do something. Or it's your parents. They do something. But it's usually the ones who like to act like a friend. If maybe your parents could care less. But sometimes you can tell maybe it's the parents because you can actually see it, right? They have those sort of times that they sort of say it to you. Hey, you know, this man, he's rich. You should be with it. They try to push the young, beautiful girls to these creepy old males who are in their 40s or whatever and still have not married and settled down the way they're supposed to. They're old. You live for a reason for a long time. That means you're supposed to accomplish everything earlier than us. It's perversion. It's a sin to go after people who are way too old than you and way too young than you. That's not normal to God. So just as other evil things in this life have become widespread, you're not going to use the fact that everyone is now going to someone old or young, right? Like 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You're not going to then make it seem like that's normal or nature because there's so many of them who do this. It's just one of those things in life where humans are pushing each other, teaching each other, and that one is so dumb and agrees to it. Why do you guys not honor your body? Why do you not love yourself the way I do? I wish I could just put it into your system. This quality I have. My body is everything to me. I understand I'm different than you. That's why I came to help you, but it's so disgusting to me. Young, beautiful people my age group, 29, 30, 31. We're not getting into our 30s, obviously. But like 8 years ago, 2015, we were the young ones, right? We were these young, wonderful people. It was our time to shine. We probably all met someone at that point. I guarantee you that was your person. You deep down haven't forgotten that person. But there's problems. That's the demons. Get it? I don't want to waste your time and talk too much about this. So ask me what the solution is. The solution is you develop the quality of integrity. You fight for the person you love. Like, what the hell's wrong with you people? You forgive each other when you both allowed yourselves to go and separate and go to creepy, weird people and you let them touch you. That's perversion. That's not sex. That's disgusting. I'm seeing it. The misery on these young girls who are like 29 right now, who are like celebrities, going to these old males who are rich celebrities too. Why? There's so many beautiful young men like her. Why is she doing that to herself? It's your nature to go and be desiring those who are the same age group as you, the beauty and the youth, everything you share. It's a sexual behavior. It's a sexual relationship. So someone old and young has no business with something like that. You're not looking for a parent. You're not trying to be a sibling to anybody. So why are you doing this? You guys have just, you don't honor yourself. You don't honor your body. You don't see how creepy that person is who's trying to come on to you. 2, the other reason is they've put so much hatred for you, for the person you really do love. Right? That you were happy with at some point. Whether it led to a relationship or not. You all met that person. I know you did. Because God has to be fair. He has to send the spouse. There's someone he chose for all of you. All demons are doing is something you see in movies. They just bring you some older people, younger people who are creepy. We're just trying to take advantage of that beautiful body you have. They're perverts. And at some point, you guys might become perverts. Because if you agree to that thing touching you, well, you're not a normal person like me. Because you're not disgusted by their age. And what's even more disgusting is a lot of these people, right? The humans they go to are the same age as their parents. So why doesn't that then elicit something in you that, hey, you're like my parent? Why would I be with someone like my parent? You're just as old as them, so you're like my parent. Why doesn't that ever make you feel disgusted? It's just like those movies, get it? That sort of weak female, that weak male. You just break them up. Those dramas, usually Asians do it, or Mexicans, they just break them up. You get me? As an audience, we're all watching the external things happening, and then these two break up. Well, we know who did it. We know their mom or dad did it. We know that fake friend did it. We know someone just made them fight each other. Okay, and then now they break up. Or this family acts like they have the right to control who you have sex with, and they tell you they don't accept this person, so you have to break up. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? This is my greatest frustration with the human race. You let others dominate and act authority over you when God is the only one who owns you. You own your body. It's your life and it's your body. The only thing you don't have the right to do is to do evil things to other people, such as these humans are doing to you. Other than that, it's your body. No parent has authority over you. No siblings have authority over you. No religious groups have authority over you. Children don't have authority over you when they're your kids. Your spouse don't have power or authority over you. Why don't you just get away from these toxic families? Why is it hard for you? You're weak. You cannot see the beautiful, wonderful relationship you could have had with that person you really loved, that you keep breaking up with as celebrities or whatever regular humans you are. You can't see the greatness you two could have had, the happiness you could have had, and the fact that you could have started a new trend, a new cultural, mental, whatever you want to call it, mentality, a new moral mentality of freedom and independence. Because you're not going to control your kids. You're forgetting, just as that family, right, acts like they can push their thoughts to you, whether they call it values, culture, religion, whatever it is, as long as they're trying to control this area of your life or anything else, that's it. That they're going to go to hell for it. That's a sin. That's perversion. That means your parents are perverted towards you. That means they see you in a perverted way. Get it? All human beings who try to control who their children marry are actually perverted humans. Why you care who they become sexual with? How can you even think of such a thing? You're a parent. They're perverts themselves. Get it? And they usually like to make alliance or friendship with someone really old like them. And they probably get some benefit from that weirdo. They get some money or whatever. And it's just like those filthy things where they sell off their children or something. Now they're just giving it different names. They're just saying, just go eat with them for one night. Just have a day with them. I'm not forcing you. You get me? They're just going to change terminology, but they're doing the same thing. They're trying to force filth on you. But here's the thing. You also have a sin in this situation too. You also have equal responsibility. You agreed to it. No one can force you. What is going on? Why do you allow others force you? How do you take your clothes off as a young, beautiful female around my age with some creepy old male? Where is your humanity? What the hell is wrong with you? So you're filth as well. You're a pervert first. You can't do that. You can't be like, I was pressured, money, this. Your body is not an object. You cannot take your clothes off and let some weirdo touch you, no matter how rich or how much society loves. It doesn't matter who they are. They're a weirdo if they're coming after someone way too young, which is more than 4 years. That's perversion. You don't see your body the way you're supposed to. You don't see it maybe like your little girl if you're a mother. The way you wouldn't want some old weird male like that. You should see yourself like that. You're disgusting. You males usually go into drugs and porn and ugly females. I've seen it. You're very handsome, but then you go to females who are really ugly. And it pisses me off. You think you were given beauty for, you think a charity, like some money that you're supposed to share? You have a level of beauty for a reason. You're supposed to use it, goodness, to pick someone around that same level. How dare you mock God as if you're being righteous or good if you pick anyone, no matter how ugly they are? No, that's not honoring God. He created beauty. He made you prettier than each other. He wants you to pick each other based on how similar and close your beauty actually is. He's not telling you to pick ugly people to be nice to them. This is not charity. Don't disrespect the honor of the human body. Beauty is like a part of yourself. It's like your identity. So the way you look matters. The only thing that's evil is to mock people for how they look. But you're supposed to care about how you look and pick people around that level. If you're going down or up, then you're hurting and mocking those people. That's why females who are healthy, when these creepy old males come after them, or maybe it's the same age, what do they usually say to them? I'm out of his league. So she's saying he's disrespecting her. How dare you come to me? You're uglier than me. She's right. They harass girls like that every day. And females do that to males. Maybe they just don't call it harassment. These people are evil. Why are they coming after you? They're not as pretty as you. They're not like you. They're not the same age group as you. They're not the same league or level as you. We're in levels, goodness, for a reason. So the males usually, after the breakup or after this female, there's some conflict. Whatever it is that separates you from her, you guys like to go to porn and filth and drugs, and you become sexist and hateful and perverted. You take the fact that you're hurt and actually turn it into immorality instead of taking the fact that you're hurt and turning it into a wonderful thing it is. It means you can feel. That's obviously love. That's a good heart. Good job. Go fight for her. What the hell is your problem? Why don't you learn from past men who always fought for someone? Why are you such weak men? You don't fight for women, and the women don't fight for the men. You all just separate, and some creepy old person takes you. I'm like that parent that's watching you all from like an external, different universe, and I'm just disgusted. Just so you know, human beings, I see them like my own children. I don't see you guys like myself, because I'm created different than you. I wish I was there to teach you these values that God wants you to have. Deep in your conscience, you know, you're just going against yourself. You're just hurting yourself. Anyone who just comes on to you that's creepy and older than you, you just accept it. Why? What happened to the healthy person you were when you were younger, who actually cared about having someone as beautiful as you, having a great relationship, being happy in life? What happened to those healthy desires God gave you? Why are you selling yourself? Why are you giving your body away to weirdos that when you were young, you would have been angry if they tried to bother you? Now you're just going to accept them because you become shallow and lonely? And what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you hurting your body, your honor, your greatness? They're supposed to go to people who look like them in their age group. You should be angry that they're coming to you. God have mercy. There's just too many of this quality in the human race. It just happens all the time. It's getting on my nerves. Even if they get married, even if they are together for years, they can just one day divorce instead of trying to fix it. Instead of going to God and praying. Because you're fighting with demons, obviously. You need help. Sometimes you have trauma, you have baggage, you have your own ego. Those are the things getting in your way. You don't want to admit to maybe what that person needs to hear from you in order for you to forgive each other and move on. None of you want to be a bigger person. Just like movies, you don't want to fight for each other like that. And some of you are actors and you do that in movies. Or you're like, right, non-actors obviously, and you see that quality in the characters in a movie. And obviously you know that's the right thing to do. Anything outside of that, you know that those humans are weird. So why don't you guys have that quality yourself? Why is it so easy for you to let anyone touch your body? Why can't you look at yourself in the mirror and see what you are? How beautiful you are, how young you are, how great you are, whatever blessings God gave you. Why are you letting people who have no right to come to you touch you? That's disgusting. To me, it's always rape. You're just consenting to it. Why doesn't that female just go? Just like the movies. She just runs to the guy she really loved and just apologize. Because sometimes they don't fight against their evil mothers who are trying to control them. And she doesn't do the right thing and defend the husband or the boyfriend or whatever. She loses an important relationship because of this toxic mother. And this creepy, filthy, perverted mother did that intentionally so she could break them up. But God, she sees beauty. She sees people God wants to be together. So she's thinking, I'm going to do harm to her. She brings you an old male. Old doesn't mean 50. It just means she's like 29. And he might be in his, late 30s or 40s. It doesn't matter. Just like those creepy movies. They might be like, he's rich. He'll take care of you. That disgusting perversion, acting like the human body is some sort of store that needs to be taken care of. And you need to do a business partnership with this person. He'll take care of your store. So now she's a property, she's an object, she's a business that needs to be taken care of. So money is needed. This is a romantic relationship. So it needs to be from a place of attractiveness. It has to be from a place of beauty. It has to be from a place of personality. Same age group. That's what creates then the feelings. Because you match in those qualities. It's that simple. Anytime you step out of that, someone too old, too young, someone ugly, or vice versa, you're ugly. You just don't match. It's just not fair. It's not a fair, rational, healthy couple. We would all be, yay, When we were in high school, the type of couples we would want to be together. That's who's supposed to be together. Why are you guys going in weird directions to these weird human beings who are so old? Maybe they're the same age as you, okay. Why are you going to people you don't want? Just because that relationship is broken? Why don't you go fix it? Why are you letting someone touch you every day that you don't really want? You're traumatizing yourself every day. And don't ever say to me, well, they let someone touch them because they obviously like it. No, they don't. People allow themselves to get raped every day, abducted every day. They stay in domestic abuse situations every day. Please don't go there with me. Humans are filthy and they can allow themselves to be objectified consensually. That doesn't mean that you're created to like something just because you did it. Please, homosexuals exist and they're raping each other. That's against your nature. It just means you became evil, and I'm disappointed in you as a young generation who, for some reason, you don't see yourself like those parents who are trying to always act like they can push those filthy cultural qualities to you, to tell you, right? Why don't you guys see that just as they, right, made a decision to marry who they want and you came out, why don't you see that you're the same? How about that? Maybe this will make you feel comfortable. They created their own culture. They came together and they created a culture. The culture is immoral. Why don't you see that you're the same? You are equal like them. You have free will like them. They're not your authority. They're not your example. You're supposed to go, also have someone God wants for you. And now you create your own mentality, the moral one, where you teach your kids to go to people who are the same league as them. Protect them from humans who have no business with them. That's how they honor themselves and the blessings they have, such as their age and beauty. It's creepy and disgusting for someone outside of that league to come to you. That's why they're pursuing you. Because you're out of their league. You disgusting human race. So guess what I did? I prayed for all these people. A lot of them God is showing me. A lot of them I grew up seeing them on TV. Or I just grew up, for example, I was in Minnesota, right? I worked at Mall of America in 2015. Just their songs were usually like the main songs that are just always playing. You know? So I just know them. I don't follow them or anything. Okay, so I see what the devil's doing to them. All of them can't seem to achieve happiness in this area, but they have wealth and everything else. Because this is the most important part of life. Who cares about money? You can always just get a job. You can always, right, start over when it comes to money. People can help you if you're poor, right? But companionship is everything. They help you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. It's a sexual relationship. They help you with your desires. You get to have beautiful kids together. You get to be there for each other in this life. You get to age together. And when you're with this person, well, now you're protected from the devil coming after you because a lot of you are weird as hell. Or at least being with the weird ones that you shouldn't be with. I don't care. They can be really pretty. It doesn't matter. You just shouldn't be with them. They're not your person. You're all broken. That's why these people all do drugs. That's why at some point the guy seems very hateful to women. Get it? Because he's heartbroken. He lost the woman he actually wanted. Go back in that time when he was with her. He was so sweet. Always observe these males. They were very sweet in the beginning. But the devil comes after their morality when he breaks that relationship for them. You get me? Because their honor is gone. He turns them into perverts. He just lets those females who are usually in clubs, right? Just there. You know who they are. That female that, if you're a male, you're heartbroken or whatever, you're just there. She just comes to you. That one, that disgusting one, that witch. Always just any male can have her. That perverted witch. That demons send males to always take you away from your wives and girlfriends or whatever. You just accept her. You allowed evil to enter your heart. And that female you broke up with, she accepts that creep that came after her. I'm so disgusted and disappointed in you. But the least I can do for you now is to pray for all of you. I prayed for many of these people. I tell you many times, I don't say this to be arrogant. I say this to tell you prayer not only works, but just to give you testimony that it actually is happening when I prayed. A lot of people I prayed for who had fights. You know, they could have been like two males who were friends. They just have, you can tell that had a heavy weight on them. You get me? They're human beings. The devil creates many problems for them, many disruptions for them. They don't get to be moral with each other. They're not kind to each other. You know? They just take things too seriously. It's not healthy. You'll just jump and fight easily. Someone tells you an immoral quality you have, instead of thinking about it, you fight with them. You cuss them out. You reject and cut them off. How? You get me? That quality is gone that a lot of human beings in the past had. It was okay to judge each other. It was okay to help each other. People didn't give up on you. For years, they would be there for you, even if they didn't use spiritual things like praying for you. Right? They don't know that maybe. But at least that quality of humanity, they were there for each other. And then one day they actually got married and now they're good to go. Like that, you have to fight for the relationship, not because, right? It's not going to happen naturally on its own, as if it's not normal, right? As if you have to fight for something that should come together. No, it doesn't mean just because you have to fight for it that then it's not supposed to happen, right? Like, and the one that is supposed to happen would just be no fighting required. No, you have to fight for it because you guys have a lot of immoralities. 2, you have demons who are trying to split you up. Even when you're married, demons try to create divorce. They don't care. Even if you've been married for 30 years, they still want one day for you guys to divorce. You get me? They don't even think, it's too late. They've kind of aged together. They have a lot of kids. What's the point of breaking them up now? That's not how they think. I told you, go back to that example of a creep. You're this beautiful, handsome guy. She's this beautiful, She's this beautiful female. You guys, right? God brought you together. You're okay. You're together. Yay. It could just be sinful, right? Maybe you're being sexual before marriage, but you get the point. God is still merciful. He understands that's not to insult him. You just don't have religion in your life. Okay, so he's still your God. He's still happy for you. He brought you the person. He wants you to be together. He wants you to become a couple, get married and raise kids when you feel like it and not think you have to even have kids. It's up to you. This is a companionship. You need someone in life to be with you, goodness. Okay, so devil knows this is a very important relationship. It even prevents people from becoming evil because that person can drag you back, correct? They serve so much purpose. It's not just sexual. And now, whatever kids you have, well, it depends. Are they going to turn into murderers? Are they going to turn into good people? You get to dictate now how you raise them. You can bring wonderful people. Instead of raising horrible human beings. Obviously, their morality is their choice. Don't take credit for it. I just mean when you're raising them, you can bring out good character or you can bring out bad character. It's up to you how you teach. So the devil's scared of that too. There's just so much protection. You're protecting yourself from so much evil, so much difficulty. When this relationship is protected, when you're with the person you're supposed to be with, when you don't lower your standards, you don't know what you're protecting yourself from. You're protecting yourself from so much misery, suicide, drugs, alcohol, perversions, all life suffering, loneliness, disease. You guys are supposed to help each other in every situation. You're supposed to protect each other from all these things and go to God for what you need, right? His part to protect you, because there's a part he already created you to do yourself. The rest you leave it to him. Come on. I see these people now lying and saying, yeah, I didn't really love that person. That sort of quality is entering them. But that person went and became a pervert. That female maybe went to some older guy. And now this guy's hurt, right? And he just starts lying and acting like he never loved her. You know what? Life happens. Really. They start to act like that. That sort of speech I cannot stand. They act like they're okay. No, you're not okay. You're a human. You're created to feel. Stop lying. Go back and seek forgiveness. Talk and try to figure out a solution. When you notice something sort of dark and negative is maybe right behind the reason why you can't seem to connect, well then tell each other, hey, I don't know if it's a demon or not, but I feel something is always right negative around me and telling me what to do and making me hate you all of a sudden. All of a sudden I feel hatred towards you. Tell each other these emotions that come over you, because that's how they split you up. It breaks my heart. Beautiful people who are supposed to be together. Again, no matter their level of beauty, right? I just mean they're the same level. They're supposed to be together. I know that's the person from God for that person. They're so in love. They're so innocent also. They're like kids. They're happy. And then boom, they break up. And then these older humans come in. Humans who are way below their league come in. It irritates the hell out of me. Honor the body and stop picking weird people. Stop picking people who are too ugly. And don't go to someone way too pretty either, because now you're unjust. Stay in your league and honor yourselves. Stay in your age group. Goodness, don't go beyond 4 years. Don't go to clubs and bars and fornicate because you're angry. That's perversion, disgusting. Your body is honorable. Why would you want that weird person to touch you? Don't let the devil put into you these emotions and thoughts that somehow being affectionate and vulnerable with the person, right, or you broke up with is somehow weakness. Oh, but it's strength to go and let someone else touch you, so go. Like that. They make it seem like you're being tough or better or bigger. No, you're selling yourself. Don't do this. I decree and declare these people, their relationships, they will come out of all the filthy perversions the devil put into them. And they will come back to their relationships they used to have from God Almighty. I don't need to tell you who they are, obviously. I'm not going to tell you. But I am not giving up on you guys. You just don't know who you are, but it's okay. I love you and I want you to be with the people you're supposed to be with and to be protected from these humans who I see creepy and weird with you. I don't care how they look. You get me? They don't have to be ugly. They're just creepy because to you that you're too young or whatever, etc. You're out of their league. Etc. They have no business with you. These humans have no business with you. I'm sick and tired of you guys selling yourselves. Fight for your relationships. Fight for the love that is way in your heart. Goodness. Stop thinking it's weak. That you're the one maybe doing all the work to fight for the other one. The other one, it means you're just the bigger person. It means you're stronger now. They're going to learn from you when you keep fighting for them. When you keep holding them accountable and saying, don't do this to yourself. Come from a place of morality, not from a place of relationship. Like, don't cheat on me. Don't do that. Right? Because they're human. They're just going to say they can go who they want, right? No, come from a place of morality. Tell them their body is honorable. Don't just let anyone touch you. You and I want each other. If we have problems, let's fix it. Teach the human to honor their body. That's how they're going to stop selling themselves to someone random and they just get drunk and just go do it. Don't let that person you love be used or touched by others, please. Inshallah, you guys are going to come together, especially my generation. Whether you're famous or not, I put all of you in a box. I told God I described you very well and I prayed for all of you. You're going to come together and marry your divinely chosen spouses. And I already broke all powers and didn't offer you that would make divorce or death or suicide or any other evil come between you, such as maybe one of you or two of you becoming perverted again or whatever. Please pray for yourselves and pray for others that the devil stops doing this to them. Because this really disgusts me and breaks my heart. This beautiful young female should not be with that creepy, 5, 6, 7, 8 year old older than her male. I'm sick and tired of these creepy humans taking advantage of you guys. Honor the body, honor the age, and honor the way you look and how beautiful the blessings you have at whatever level you're in. Be with your group, be with your level. And it's not racist to say you're not attracted to a certain race. What the hell is going on? This is a sexual thing. It's you. It's your body who you would like to be intimate and touch your private parts. Okay, that's you. That's not something that is immoral or immoral. So you can tell God that, man, right, if you're a female, he's so ugly to me, God. He's never going to call that a sin. Because he is ugly to you. Get it? That's not about immorality. But if you just say, you ugly, you just cuss him out. Don't just go cussing people. That's about you insulting people, correct? But if you're telling God that person is so ugly, I would never want someone like that touching me. What the hell? That's normal to God. He created people who are uglier than you and people who are prettier than you. You're supposed to pick your level. So he's proud because you're not doing that immorality to yourself where you're going below yourself. You get me? You're dishonoring yourself. So don't lie and be like, for example, many people are asked, what race would you not date? They always say Asian. They think if they say African, that it's bad or something or racist. No, Africans, to be honest with you, among the races are the ugliest. Stop lying, human race. Just as we know there's ugly people in the world and we don't think we're insulting them. We're just we're factual, correct? This African race is the race that is, if we would compare them to the other races, they're the ugly ones. There's just beautiful people among them, obviously. But they're not as pretty as Europeans and Asians. So I don't want you guys being with people who are way too uglier than you. Get it? That's not immoral. That's just your honor. You're honoring yourself, the way you look. That's not racist or stranger weird. That's disgusting. You're created that way. You already feel that way about certain people. Why are you fighting with what you innately feel just because you think it's sinful? I just told you. You're going to let other people dictate that because they're from that maybe group who's ugly and they're trying to get you to not say that to them because they're perverts and they want to be with you. If they're good people and they're not as pretty as you, they could care less what you think about their attractiveness level because they're just going to go and try to be with people who are their level. Get it? That's what good people do. You're not mocking them. What the hell? Only perverts are like that. Get it? Because they want someone that's out of their league. That's immorality. Because that's not just. You have to be just with everything you want from people or that you want for yourself. So for me, there are races I'm not actually attracted to who are male. Just so you know. It's impossible. It's like a tree to me. So please, God created you to be attracted to certain people of your league. Honor that. You're honoring your body. Goodness, your body is very, very vulnerable subject. It's a body. It has private parts. I don't want you letting someone who should not be with you touching you. No. It's not racist to say you can't find that group attractive. Good. That's just how you are. Stop lying as a human race and taking away your qualities of independence from each other, your individuality from each other. You're different than each other. Everyone likes something. Stop lying and thinking you're immoral or bad and saying, well, I like all types of ethnicities and races. Stop lying. That's actually how you are. Okay. But don't lie. Don't accept someone who's ugly compared to you. That's disgusting. Because you have to look at their face when they're on top of you being that way with you. Why is it not important how they look? Don't argue with me. Just stop being weird and stop being scared of what people think and shutting your thoughts in. But you don't have to tell them who you're attracted to. Get it? Don't even waste your time doing that. I'm just saying don't lie. Fight for the person that you know is from God. Fight for that person you truly love that you all met at some point. You and I are like 29 or 30 right now. We're getting into our 30s. I'm talking to you, specifically my age group. The devil came after you heavily. None of you are with the person you really met at one point that you really love. They're still in your mind, get it? That's how you know. Of course, the devil can send you people, but you can tell it's not them. Fight for each other and do the right thing when it comes to this. That's an act of morality too. Just as you fight for your children, right? They're good kids. You have to fight for everything. Every relationship, if it's good, you have to fight for it because there's demons out there.